Hello campers, welcome back to the Casual Car Camper. I'm your host Brian, and today I've got a special unboxing for you. It's pouring rain out, so I had to do it in my garage, but I really wanted to get this to y'all as quickly as I could. So, first is going to be this is a coffee press to go with my Biolite, if you remember that. So, it comes... It basically just comes in the box and then in a plastic bag. It does give you instructions on the back, so hey, instructions, we should read them. So first you're going to want to boil the water in the kettle. Add grounds and brew for 4 minutes. And then it's just, if you worked with a French press, it seems to be very similar to that. You're going to press the plunger to hit the bottom of the pot. Put the lid back on. Pour. And then to store this will actually store in right in here on the bottom, probably replacing the cup that comes with it. And you just got to unscrew the lid. This is just held onto the card by a simple twist tie and a couple pieces of tape and a little bit of glue. So what we're going to do, pull that off. Put this off to the side because it's always good to hold on to this stuff, and you never know when you're going to need a little cardboard for kindling. Alright, pull the plastic out. So, first impressions is this is really nicely done. It's got a nice soft silicone on the side to act as a gasket when you're pushing it down. It's got metal mesh on the bottom, much like your reusable coffee filters. I'm going to take this inside and wash it before I use it, and this seems to unscrew very, very easily. Now let's see if I can put it back together easily. There we go. So it didn't come with any written instructions. I just want to see here. It doesn't have any cleaning or care instructions, apparently. I'm going to say it's hand wash only. With this soft silicone, the temperatures in a dishwasher will probably melt this. So my recommendation is hand wash only. So I'm going to take it inside and wash it. And also I got in from... Okay, so this is from Wilderness Coffee Roasters. They're another one of those organizations with a cause. As they state in their official letter that they give you when you purchase this, 1 tree is planted per bag, which means the coffee on your table is more than 300% carbon negative. The packaging is compostable. The mailer, these bags, everything is all compostable. They plant trees for every full-size bag they order. What I did was I got their sampler, and they actually have right on there when they roasted. This was roasted in February. I purchased this back in March, so February, March. So I've had this sitting around for a little while, but what I'm going to do is these are unground beans. These are that's how I prefer my coffee. I prefer to grind it right before I use it. So we've got Sumatran, Nicaraguan, Brazilian, Peruvian, Honduran, and Ethiopian blends. I think I'm going to go with the Nicaraguan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash this, grind these, and then I'm going to make coffee. I'll do that on screen in time lapse because this will take, about 10 minutes to boil and make. And then I'll give you my honest review of how it tastes and how I liked using this. So we'll be right back. All right, campers, we're back. I have some ground coffee. What I do is I put it in a bag, and then what I'll do when I'm done is put the bag marking what it is right in here. This is a great idea if you do your own grinding. If the bag you get is not resealable, you just put it in a plastic bag and then put either tape to the outside with some Scotch tape, or just put the label in the bag. So first what we have to do is light up our Biolite, turn on the fan. All right, campers, so, sorry about the delay. This wood is a little wet, so it's smoking a lot, but it's able to get the fire going. This advantage of having the fan, it does keep air circulating quite nicely. So now we're going to start our pot on to boil. Actually, what we're going to do is try to carefully move this setup onto more level ground, because I'm noticing it's at about a 90-degree angle, or 30 degree. All right, campers, the fire's going well now. The wood's dried out, or I've got some good dry wood going in there. Now we just gotta wait for the water to boil. I did move the whole unit onto slightly more level ground. Unfortunately, can't always find level ground, but try to get as level as possible, because you do have a lot of boiling water on top of fire, so you do want to be careful. So we're gonna go into time lapse to when this boils, and then I'll put the coffee in. Then we'll do a 4-minute time lapse for that. And then we'll try out our coffee. All right, campers, it's a little thing I just figured out. Because there's not a lot of space, inside the Biolite in order to fit logs. I recommend carrying a small pair of pruning shears. And even if you can't cut through the log with the shears, it weakens the branch so that you can trim it along with, break it into smaller bits so it'll fit into the Biolite. I'm not sure I need to be putting as much added fuel in as I am, but I am going to be running this for about 10 minutes, so I want to make sure I at least have wood to keep the fire going. All right, campers, we have a rolling boil. Took a little while. I'll post the actual time according to the camera that I took in one of these two corners. So now what we're gonna do is pour in the coffee. I really like using these scoops that I get. You can sometimes get them in coffee, but a lot of times you'll get them in the small Gatorade containers. I'm gonna use 2 scoops. Oh shit. And okay, so do not fill to the full line when you're making coffee in this, because it will cause it to overflow. We're also going to turn down the boil a little bit. Turn the fan down to half power. Going down to minimum fan. So now we're going to do this for 4 minutes. Set an alarm for 4 minutes.
There, your alarm set for 12:10 p.m.
All right, so back to time lapse. If I notice anything while this is going on, I'll interrupt and let you know. So, see you in a few. All right, campers, we're back with a hopefully brewed pot of coffee. So what we're doing is if you use a French press before, that's actually what they call this on the box. What we're going to do is we're going to insert the basket into the top of the pot, and then we're just going to push down all the way slowly, because we are compressing now solid matter in, well, not quite boiling water, very hot water. So you don't want splashing or spillage. Then we put the lid on. Sorry, more wet wood went in, so it's smoking a little bit. And we're just going to put it on there to stay warm. That's a little too hot. Obviously, it's still boiling hot, a little hotter than you usually get your coffee from your coffee kettle. So I'm just going to leave it for a few minutes, and I'll come back and give you my review. All right, campers, we're back. So for my review of the Nicaraguan coffee, I thought it tasted pretty good. It seemed to cook really well in the Biolite. It's got a nice smooth taste, some chicory notes in it. Not too bitter. I'm drinking it black, so your preference may vary by what you add to it. As far as the Biolite itself, a couple interesting things I've noticed with subsequent uses from my first demo of it is that the front unit, the fan, has a couple cool safety features. One, if you turn it on and there's no fire, it'll turn itself off, as it just did. If it still has an active fire in there, and if there's active fire in there and you try to turn it off, it'll turn itself back on. I'm assuming that's a safety feature. One, to keep the fuel in there burning and burn out. Two, to keep airflow going through the metal so that it doesn't get damaged by localized heat. And the front display also, the green bar, the bar on the far right is your power levels, and you can actually, if it's flashing green, it's charging, which is really cool. And also this bar here is going to tell you how big your fire is in there. So also, if you look through the pot, there's actually viewports around the side. Those are probably also for airflow, but you can use those to see how much flame you're getting and if you need to add more fuel. So this is probably going to be first in a series of me trying different coffees. I'm going to try it with standard Maxwell House snacks, and then try the other flavors that I got from Wilderness Coffee. Tell you what I think of each of them. Have two parents who are coffee drinkers, so I'll get their notes and share them along. Also, I'm going to try different fuel types in this unit at the same time. So I'm going to order the Biolite fuel pellets, tell you what I think of those. I have some of the wood chips that are normally used for smoking on your barbecue. What I'm going to do is, instead of soaking them and put in the burner, I'm just going to use them as wood and see how they burn, so that you know other options you have. All right, campers, but that's going to be it for today. I'm going to go enjoy my coffee. Remember, as always, as long as you're having fun, you're doing camping right.